My God, I hate trucks.
Opposition Senator Antonio Trillanes facing another legal problem. The Pasay City Prosecutor's Office has charged him with grave threats for allegedly threatening to kill Labor Undersecretary Jing Paras. The Assistant City Prosecutor says Trillanes, quote, created fear and anxiety on the mind of Paras when he told the Undersecretary, quote, yayariin kita, mercenaryo ka, yayariin kita. The case stems from a complaint filed by Paras, who claims Trillanes made the threat when they faced off in the Senate last year. If found guilty, Trillanes could go to jail for 6 months up to 6 years. The charge is bailable for 36,000 pesos. Reacting to the case, the senator says justice under the administration of President Duterte has been turned upside down, but promises to face squarely what he calls are harassment cases against him. President Duterte's trust and performance ratings have slightly increased in the last 3 months of 2018. A Pulse Asia survey shows the president gained 76% trust score and 81% performance rating from October to December 2018. These are up 4% and 6% from his 72% and 75% scores last September, when Mr. Duterte posted his lowest survey ratings so far in his tenure. 7% of the respondents said they disapproved of the president's performance, while 13% remained undecided. Meanwhile, the approval rating of Vice President Leni Robredo also slightly increased to 62%. Senate President Tito Sotto scored 74%, while House Speaker Gloria Macapagal Arroyo gets the lowest score among the top officials at 27%. For their trust ratings, Robredo maintains her trust ratings at 56%. That's the same score she had from the September survey. Same goes for Senate President Tito Sotto, who maintained a rating of 66%. Arroyo, meanwhile, earned a 21% trust rating. Malacanang says the survey results only serve as a message to detractors who don't see or refuse to see the good in whatever the president does and says. For her part, House Speaker Arroyo says these ratings were not new to her. Some employees in the private sector can now have the option to work from home without worrying about their compensation being compromised. Our Trisha Terada tells us more about this new telecommuting law, which labor groups hope will result in more productive workers.
Chelsea Sullivan is a project manager at an innovations company in Ortigas. As much as she can, Sullivan goes to the office because her work requires dealing with several teams and managing clients. But the heavy traffic has taken a toll on her. During rush hour, it takes Sullivan 2 hours to get to Ortigas from her house in Quezon City. To avoid the rush hour, she leaves home late in the morning and returns at past 7 in the evening. Whenever she can, she works from home.
Sometimes I just need a break. But at the end of the day, I still get the work done. That's what's most important, integrity in everything we do.
As someone who benefits from this work-from-home arrangement, Sullivan is happy that there is now a law for telecommuting.
The traffic situation in the metro can really get you down. It's really tiring, it's really taxing. At least to have that option, of course, it shouldn't be abused or anything, but at least to have that kind of option would be good because you're able to manage your well-being.
Sullivan is grateful that even before the law, her company had already allowed its employees to work from home.
In case of inclement weather or strikes or the like, we allow people to telecommute. Or if, let's say, they have personal problems, we have allowed people to work from home.
They even have their own technology for monitoring and measuring the productivity of their employees.
It was very clear what are the outputs expected of you. And since it's a give and take thing, so they deliver.
Under the law, an employer in the private sector may offer a telecommuting program or a work-from-home setup, provided that the minimum labor standards set by law are met. These include compensable and minimum working hours, overtime, rest days, and leave benefits. But this may not be applicable to all companies.
Maybe in the retail service, that's one major, in agriculture and manufacturing. So this is where the knowledge-based economy would really benefit.
Labor group TUCP believes that this will result in more productive workers.
You're not waking up early, you're not coming home late, you have more time with your kids, you have more quality time, you don't have the stress of commuting through Manila's traffic, and that translates into a worker who won't be sick, who will be absent, who will be spreading viruses at the workplace. It translates to a happier worker who will be able to clear more clearly and who will be able to produce products and services that are world-class. And that's our aim.
Trisha Terada, CNN Philippines.
Most netizens are positive and hopeful about this new law. Facebook user Mizaire Jackson says the option to work from home would help ease traffic. While this netizen hopes government employees can also have this choice. But Cesar Faustino Cardenas Jr. describes the new law as useless. He says it's a law with no teeth. Another netizen notes it's still the company that will decide the policy on this. This netizen agrees, adding that a work-from-home option would only apply to certain jobs. Despite this, Judith Biadang is still pleased, but calls on government to address one important issue: make the internet connection stable. More measures signed into law, including one that declares the last Monday of January every year as the National Bible Day. Republic Act 11163 recognizes the value of the Holy Bible as the core of Christian faith. The country is the largest Christian nation in Asia. The law also declares this day a special working holiday. President Duterte also signs into law a measure increasing the old age monthly pension of war veterans to 20,000 pesos per month. However, this applies to those who are not receiving pension from the armed forces. And the president also concurs with the resolution of the Commission on Elections deputizing the police, the armed forces, and other law enforcement agencies. This is for the January 21st and February 6th plebiscite on the Bangsamoro Organic Law and the May 13th midterm elections. News that the Social Security system can't increase pensions this year, hitting members hard, especially senior citizens. Our senior correspondent Ina Andolong talked to one pensioner who badly needs the higher monthly allowance.
Gamot ko na naman, 900 isang araw lang, dalawa.
Lola Amparo is 82. Like most people her age, she has a lot of maintenance medicines. Amparo takes 8 different pills a day. In December alone, she spent 6,000 pesos just for medicines. And she says that's just the average.
Pag nilagyan mo ng laboratory, maabot ng 10,000. Yung bato ko lumiliit, at saka yung yung high blood ko, yung diabetes ko. O kung talagang yun pa yung pneumonia ko, palagi bumabalik eh.
One of her prescribed painkillers costs 54 pesos apiece. She was told to take it 3 times a day, which means that alone would cost her almost 5,000 pesos a month. It's heavy on the pocket, especially for retirees like her who are financially dependent on their kids and grandchildren. While she's thankful for the 4,500 peso monthly pension from the Social Security system as the beneficiary of her late husband, it's just not enough. And when money's extra tight, she finds ways to cope, even if it means taking risks with her health.
Kinakat ko, kung sa pag-inom is 6 na beses sa isang araw, ginagawa ko lang 3.
Binabawasan mo?
Binabawasan ko. Pag meron ako nararamdaman, kinukontinuous ko. Pero kung wala, okay lang kasi mahirap masyadong malaking gastos.
Amparo is not alone in her dilemma. Majority of the 2.3 million SSS pensioners are seniors like her. There could be less belt-tightening days if only Amparo would get the extra 1,000 peso monthly pension many had hoped SSS would release this year. In 2017, President Rodrigo Duterte signed a memorandum granting a 2,000 peso pension hike. The first 1,000 was given in 2017, and the other may be given anytime before 2022. Many hope to see it this year, but the SSS management says it can't afford to do this yet.
The target is to grant the 1,000 additional pension by 2020. So, yun po ang kanyang sinasabi, pero pinagsisikapan definitely during the term of President Duterte.
Amparo's helpless on the issue, but life goes on. She looks forward to the time when she would no longer worry about how to sustain her daily medical needs, and perhaps like other grandmothers, even get to treat her grandkids occasionally using her SSS pension.
Apo ko sa tuhod lang, 48. O magingila ng 5 piso yan, Diyos ko.
Ina Andolong, CNN Philippines.
Netizens also dismayed by the delay in the increase in SSS pensions. Dirk Ko says, yan pa naman ang hinihintay ng papa ko. Nor Pelayo makes this appeal, maawa naman kayo sa mga senior citizen, kailangan din naming mabuhay, lalo na sa panahon ngayon. And this Facebook user says, yung pangako ng Pangulo, bakit hindi pa nyo tuparin? Sana magkaroon naman kayo ng isang salita. Here are today's global headlines. China says it has deployed missiles capable of targeting medium and large ships. State media CCTV announced this on Tuesday, a day after a United States warship sailed close to the Paracel Islands in the disputed waters off the South China Sea. The DF-26 missiles are capable of hitting targets over 5,000 kilometers away. Tension in the South China Sea has been increasing in recent years, with China aggressively asserting its claim over the area, which is also contested by the Philippines and other Southeast Asian nations. Want to move to Canada? Now is a good time to start packing your bags. The Canadian Parliament has announced plans to add more than 1 million new permanent residents in the next 3 years. Canada's friendly stance toward residents comes as many other Western nations, including the U.S., are clamping down on immigration. Canada is especially dedicated to offering protection to refugees.